The belief that the Great Wall of China is the only human-made object visible from space is one of those facts that seems to have been universally accepted. It has been repeated in trivia games, geography quizzes, and even old textbooks. This idea paints a romantic picture of human achievement, but unfortunately it is completely false. Let's dive into how this myth originated, why it doesn't hold up to scientific scrutiny, and what astronauts can actually see when they look down at Earth. To trace the origins of this myth, we have to go back much further than the space age. Surprisingly, the claim that the Great Wall is visible from space predates human spaceflight by centuries. The earliest known mention comes from William Stukeley, an English antiquarian, who wrote in 1754 that the wall makes a considerable figure upon the terrestrial globe and may be discerned at the moon. This was a bold claim, given that humans wouldn't even begin exploring space for another 2 centuries. Fast forward to 1938, an American author, Richard Halliburton, published his second book of Marvels, in which he declared that the Great Wall was the only human work visible from the moon. Neither Stukeley nor Halliburton had any actual evidence to support these statements. Instead, they likely assumed that the wall's immense length meant it must be visible from great distances. It was a logical assumption, but one that completely ignored the realities of physics and human vision. The myth gained traction over the years, becoming a staple of pop culture and educational materials. But when humans finally began venturing into space, the truth became clear. The Great Wall is not visible to the naked eye from space. Why not? The answer lies in 2 critical factors: the wall's width and its lack of contrast with the surrounding landscape. While the Great Wall is undeniably long, it is also astonishingly narrow. At its widest points, it measures about 30 feet, 9 meters across. To put that into perspective, trying to see a 30-foot wide object from the International Space Station, which orbits roughly 250 miles, 400 kilometers above Earth, would be like trying to spot a human hair from 2 miles away. The sheer distance makes it impossible for the naked eye to resolve such a small feature. But there's another problem. The wall blends in with its surroundings. Built using local materials like stone, wood, and packed earth, the wall's color closely matches the terrain around it, including mountains and valleys. Human vision relies heavily on contrast to distinguish objects, and the Great Wall simply doesn't stand out enough against its natural backdrop. If the wall is already not visible from low Earth orbit, what about from the moon? The moon sits roughly 240,000 miles, 384,400 kilometers, away from Earth. To see the Great Wall from that distance, an observer would need visual acuity 17,000 times sharper than normal 20/20 vision. It's not just unlikely, it's physically impossible. When astronauts finally began traveling into space, they became the ultimate mythbusters. One of the most significant debunkings came in 2003, when Yang Liwei, China's first astronaut, returned from orbit aboard the Shenzhou 5 spacecraft. Upon his return, journalists eagerly asked him if he had seen the Great Wall from space. His response was honest. "The Earth looked very beautiful from space, but I did not see our Great Wall." This admission caused widespread disappointment, but also prompted the Chinese government to update its educational materials to reflect the scientific reality. Other astronauts have echoed this truth. Alan Bean, an Apollo 12 astronaut who walked on the moon, stated, "The only thing you can see from the moon is a beautiful sphere. No man-made object is visible at this scale." Chris Hadfield, a former commander of the ISS, confirmed that the wall is too narrow and it follows the natural contours and colors of the landscape, making it virtually impossible to spot. Even under ideal conditions such as a low sun angle that casts long shadows, astronauts like Eugene Cernan and Ed Lu have said that glimpsing the wall with the naked eye is extraordinarily difficult. In 2004, ISS Commander Leroy Chiao managed to photograph a section of the wall using a high-powered 180mm lens and a digital camera. However, even he admitted he wasn't sure what he was looking at with his naked eye when he took the shot. If the Great Wall isn't visible from space, what human-made features can astronauts actually see? The answer lies in objects that are wide, large in scale, and have strong contrast with their surroundings. For example, cities at night are among the most visible human-made features. The networks of artificial lights clearly outline continents and major population centers, creating a striking visual from orbit. Large agricultural grids, like the checkerboard farms of the American Midwest or the gleaming white greenhouses of Almeria in Spain, also stand out due to their size and reflective surfaces. Open pit mines, such as the Bingham Canyon Mine in Utah, are another example. These massive excavations leave prominent scars on the Earth's surface that are easily visible from space. Similarly, major infrastructure projects like the Three Gorges Dam in China or long bridges spanning large bodies of water can often be seen due to the stark contrast between their concrete structures and the surrounding natural environment. So why does the myth of the Great Wall's visibility from space persist, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary? Part of the reason may be emotional. The idea that ancient humans could construct something so grand that it's visible from space is deeply inspiring. It flatters our collective ego as a species, suggesting that our achievements are not just monumental on Earth, but also cosmic in scale. It's a romantic notion, one that captures the imagination and reinforces the wall's status as a symbol of human ingenuity and endurance. But accepting the truth doesn't diminish the wall's greatness. The Great Wall of China remains one of the most extraordinary feats of engineering and human effort in history. It doesn't need to be visible from space to be a marvel. Its significance lies in its historical, cultural, and architectural value, right here on the ground where it was built. In the end, the myth of the Great Wall's visibility from space is a reminder of how easily assumptions can take root and spread. It's a testament to the power of storytelling and the allure of romanticized facts. But, as astronauts and scientists have shown us, the truth is often more complex and just as fascinating. The Great Wall doesn't need to project into the cosmos to be extraordinary. It stands as a testament to human creativity and resilience, firmly grounded in the landscapes of Earth.